Let's just dive right into this explainer. We're looking at a massive shift happening right now in music production. Today, we're going to explore how you, the independent artist, can actually harness modern AI mixing tools without losing your unique sonic fingerprint. I mean, think about it. The home studio revolution gave us unlimited access, right? But now, AI is totally changing how we navigate it. So we're going to figure out how you can maintain complete creative control while letting the machines do all the heavy lifting.
Take a look at this quote. Music is not a spreadsheet. Mixing is emotional design. This brilliantly illustrates our core philosophy today. Basically, AI can do the math, sure, but you have to bring the emotion. A truly great mix tells the listener where to look, what feels intimate, what feels dangerous, and what feels comforting. AI can organize the technical side, absolutely, but it literally can't replace your emotional judgment as an artist.
All right, so in this issue, we're going to cover the home studio hustle, the one-button myth, meet your AI assistant, the smart mixing workflow, and finally, the human advantage. Let's get right into it.
Starting with Section 1, the home studio hustle, doing it all.
It's no secret the modern indie artist wears a ridiculous amount of hats. I mean, you're the songwriter, the performer, the producer, the engineer, the content creator, the marketer, and yeah, somehow, you're also the one driving the van at 2 a.m. The home studio really has changed everything, but expecting one person to do all of that and then deliver a mix that competes with top-tier studios on streaming platforms, that is a monumental task. That little spare bedroom is where your art turns into actual income, which is incredible, but man, it's an absurd amount of pressure. And honestly, that pressure is exactly why AI tools have become so alluring lately.
That brings us to Section 2, the one-button myth, laziness versus reality.
We see this lazy marketing all the time, don't we? The myth, the promise is you can just, push a button and boom, get a hit record in seconds. But here's the reality we're discovering. One-button mixing, it pushes your vocal into this generic pop shape. It smooths out the rough transients until your drums basically stop speaking. It tightens the low end until you completely lose that live human feel. Bottom line, if you rely on the one-button myth, you are making your track average. Instead, we really need to treat AI as a teacher. It points out the flaws, sure, but it relies on you to preserve that specific edge that makes your track special.
Moving on to Section 3, meet your AI assistant, the second set of ears. To really understand how this assistant helps, let's look at one of the single biggest problems in home studios, masking. Masking is simply when one sound hides another sound, like your vocal fights the guitar or the kick fights the bass. This is a massive issue because, well, as creators, we get so emotionally attached to every single part we record, right? But as the source material so brilliantly puts it, a mix is not a museum. Not every single part can stand in the front row.
And this brings us to just a fantastic analogy. AI can point to the traffic jam. You still decide which lane gets priority. Tools like iZotope Neutron 5 can scan your 40 tracks and identify exactly where they're stepping all over each other. But here's the catch. Once the AI points out that the guitar and vocal are clashing, you hold the power. You make the artistic choice on whether the vocal wins, or, if the guitar takes over for that specific section. So, when you're dealing with tonal imbalance, AI tools like Sonible's Smart EQ4 or Waves Curves AQ might suggest this brilliant EQ curve. But your human choice, you've got to back off the strength of that curve if the mix starts losing its warmth. For harshness and mud, tools like Oak Sound Sooth 2 or Waves Curves Equalizer, they are absolute lifesavers for cheap room recordings. But again, you have to ensure you're keeping the soul of the vocal while just removing the pain. And for dynamics, using something like Sonible's Smart Comp 3 helps you hear different types of control, but you must bypass it often. Why? To ensure you haven't just completely crushed the life out of the song. Basically, AI finds the problem, you moderate the fix. And we absolutely have to talk about the vocal, because the vocal is the emotional center of your story, period. When using AI tools like iZotope Nectar 4 to, say, clean up a bad room recording or tame harsh sounds, please remember this: the breath, the strain, those slight pitch movements, they carry the emotion. Do not let AI turn you into some shiny plastic version of yourself. Use AI for control, absolutely, but not for sterilization. Because sometimes the flaw is actually the hook. All right, Section 4, the smart mixing workflow, building the map.
Here is your step-by-step map. Step 1, start by listening like a fan and get a static balance using just volume and pan. I mean, if the song doesn't work with faders alone, AI isn't going to save it. Step 2, only then should you deploy your AI to fix specific issues like masking or EQ. Step 3, Use AI mastering tools like Ozone 12 or Lander as a preview. Just throw it on the mix bus to see how your track responds to loudness. And step 4, if the master sounds brittle or it's pumping really badly, actually do not try to fix it in the master. Go back and fix the source mix.
Throughout this entire workflow, you really need reality checks. Why? Because honestly, your bedroom walls and your headphones are lying to you. Untreated walls and desk reflections create a terrible map for your mix. Using reference tracks through a tool like ADPTR Metric AB and room calibration like Sound ID Reference totally prevents you from mixing in the dark. Furthermore, AI stem separation, using tools like Moises or Fender Studio Pro 8.1, is just a brilliant study tool. You can take a released hit track, separate the stems, and literally peek under the hood to see exactly how the pros balance their drums against their bass.
Finally, Section 5, the human advantage, taste over tech.
Listen, your bypass button is your absolute best friend. Turn it off, turn it on. Be honest with yourself. It's so easy for loudness to fool you into thinking a mix is better in just 10 seconds. The bypass button teaches you honesty and confidence. It forces you to actively listen to what the AI is removing or adding, which prevents you from being fooled by that initial shiny burst of volume or brightness.
Which leads us perfectly to this vital question. The question is not, did the tool do something? The question is, did it make the song better? And keep in mind, better doesn't necessarily mean louder. Better doesn't always mean cleaner. Better simply means the emotional point of your song reaches the listener's ear more clearly. So if a perfectly tuned vocal suddenly loses its belief and its soul, the tool definitely didn't make it better.
And I really want to emphasize this number, 1. The plugin market feeds on our fear, right? Making us think we're just one single purchase away from a Grammy. But you don't need to buy everything. One good, intelligent EQ used deeply is vastly better than 10 smart plugins used blindly. Master a basic setup, stop chasing random presets, and focus on the real goal here, actually finishing your songs.
Because at the end of the day, why does all this matter? Better mixes equal real money. This isn't just some abstract audio philosophy. A mix that holds up against commercial releases means you won't get quietly skipped by music supervisors, playlist curators, or venue buyers. I mean, they're not going to email you to say your mix was harsh at 3 kilohertz. They're just going to pass. AI tools help you raise the floor, making your home studio release sound controlled, balanced, and highly competitive, which directly opens doors to real income. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. When AI gives literally everyone the power to make clean, loud, and polished tracks, the technical starting line gets incredibly crowded. So, what will make your music memorable? The answer is you. Your taste, your unique point of view, and yes, your artistic imperfections are exactly what will make your music stand out. So go ahead, use AI as your razor-sharp assistant to clear the fog, but keep your hands firmly on the steering wheel. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope you feel empowered to go finish those tracks.